This is a real-time live demonstration of the performance of LES, light emitting sensor fingerprint capture technology from Integrated Biometrics compared to its leading optical competitor. Integrated Biometrics is the only variant of a certified FAP45 device, both in the desktop as well as a mobile package equivalent. The first thing we want to talk about is one of the advantages is the size and weight. It's obvious. This is roughly 5 times less weight. It's only around 4 ounces, and about 6 times less volume than a Suprema device. The closest thing to it, I think, is about 5 times or 4.5 times more volume than it. Significant benefits in size. Even greater, 10 times smaller size in our TFT variant. The next thing I want to talk about is superior performance with dry fingers. I have dry fingers. Both of these are in the auto capture mode with the Suprema single finger app and the Integrated Biometrics single finger app. I'm going to take the same finger, put it on Suprema, and it's struggling to have a dark enough image to auto capture. It's still working. It hasn't captured. I'm going to stop temporarily. I'm going to put my finger, same finger, real time on the Watson Mini device. And you see it captured right away. The same finger right now back on top of this device. It's very light, it's struggling, it still hasn't caught an image. If I leave it there long enough for oils to flow to the tips of my finger, it might get enough contrast to get an auto capture. All right. The alternative to this is to use a little moisturizer, which unfortunately is a time-consuming, expensive, and somewhat messy process to require that of the people you're trying to fingerprint. I've got some moisturizer now on the tip of my finger. It should capture now, auto capture with the Suprema device. There it is. Same finger with the moisturizer on it over here. Just that fast. So if you're willing to use moisturizers, it will work okay. The next thing we're going to try is I want to demonstrate one of the other benefits of the LES technology, and that is by virtue of the operational algorithms, it forces you to take a complete flat of your finger. One of the problems with fingerprint collection is if you're dealing with people who are not skilled in the art, oftentimes they just put a tip down. All right, that's an unacceptable image, but it was auto captured. With Integrated Biometrics, I put a tip down. There's no auto capture. It won't accept that tip until I put the entire flat down. Now it grabs it. So it has a built-in prevention mechanism to not capture tips only. It requires the full flat finger, including the core of that finger. Significant benefit and advantage. All right, the next thing I want to do is talk a little bit about the benefits of this technology in bright sunlight. I'm going to use a sun lamp that I've got here for my purposes. And I'm going to turn off the auto capture, put it on manual mode, because I want to show you the fact that the images are not affected real time in the presence of sunlight. I'm going to start out with the Suprema device. It's underneath the sun lamp. Put my finger down. I got moisturizer on it now, but even with the moisturizer on it, when I'm up towards the sun, or if I was in the bright sun, you wouldn't be able to get this image. As I pull the device away from the sun lamp, it gets sufficiently darker. So you can see the effect of the light on the image as I move it in and out of the bright light. You would have to shade this device to have it be functional. In the case of the Watson Mini, you see my image. It's unaffected by the bright light because light is not involved in the process. The light is internally generated by the LES technology. So it has no issues with having to be shaded when used outside. All right, one of the other benefits of this technology is it doesn't recognize latents left behind. I'm putting my finger here, but as I pull it away from the sunlight, if you zoom in on this, you'll be able to see some latents above my fingertip there that were left behind from previous collection. If I put it in auto capture mode, it conceivably could even capture. Those latents are still there. So the additional advantage of LES technology versus optical is you don't have to clean the platen after every use to remove any potential latents that were left behind by the previous collector, which slows down a process if you have a high throughput application. So what I've just shown you is the benefit of dry finger performance, full finger, no tip performance, bright sunlight superiority, and no latent impact from the use of LES versus optical. Thank you.